Welcome, you've reached Hacked Games. My name is Jeremy, and this is episode 16 of our Reformed Fiend playthrough of Pathfinder. Last episode was a complete mess. We ran into multiple bugs, I think it was either 5 or 6, some of which were specific to this playthrough, some of which were not. One of them, while I was trying to fix the bug that was not allowing me to select Dragon Disciple as a level up, I was messing around with my unfair game, and the Prelate's Nemesis achievement, which I achieved in a completely different game, did not kill it on unfair, popped up. So that achievement was blocked by something in the interface that I ended up fixing when I wasn't trying to. I didn't ever get the game to allow me to select a bloodline in Dragon Disciple. It does look like that's a bug that Owlcat is aware of and working on. I didn't want to go in and start altering game files. That's fine. We'll just leave it as it is. Let them fix it and not corrupt my game myself. Some of the other bugs that we did run into, or actually the only one that I'm going to talk about here, is it does look like I tested this a little bit, and it does look like this is correct. So we are not currently receiving the bite that we should be receiving from Wolfsguard Face. I think that's in the class, actually. So we should be receiving I think it's 1d4. Yeah, again, natural bite attack that deals 1d4 points of damage if we're medium. We are medium. So this 1d6 attack is our motherless bite. We are not receiving a Wolfsguard Face bite, which we should be getting all the time. When we were playing around with it, the feral bite does work. It does stack. So we have one when we are under the effects of mutagen. We do have 2 bite attacks, one from motherless and one from feral. I would assume that the Dragon Disciple bite attack would still work. That's not the end of the world, but kind of the intent was, and one of the reasons why we were pushing Woljif into Transmuter was to tag us with a couple different kinds of genie kind, which add elemental damage to your natural attacks, and bites do count as natural attacks. And then obviously to take the elemental blast feat, or elemental barrage mythic ability, sorry. So missing that one bite, the bite attacks are at only -5 off our first attack, which means that they will be the same base attack as our second attack. And we'll have a little bit less than this. I think we'll have 3, but our second attack will have 13 still, so all of our bites would have plus 13 of our base attack bonus. That I would say that's still very likely to hit, and the damage from the bite isn't that important. We don't really care if we deal, 1d6 damage. The damage that is important is the power attack damage that'll be added onto it, the strength damage, and then the elemental blast damage. The elemental blast damage is going to be worth 10d6 divine for each attack that hits with multiple elements attached to it. So technically, if we had 4 bite attacks, we have an opportunity for 40d6 just from those bite attacks, not counting the 4 attacks that we'll be making with our scythe. In this case, we for sure have lost 10d6 of that. Again, not the end of the world, but we currently can't get into Dragon Disciple, so we might lose another 10d6 of that, and then we're half of what we intended to be. And both of those attacks are permanent attacks, unlike the Feral Mutagen, which is kind of more of a temporary attack, as it's only while the mutagen applies to us. And our mutagen is only applicable for 20 minutes currently. So, we can definitely use it for any big boss-type characters we run into. We can gain that extra bite attack, but we won't have it for just clearing trash all the time. I don't believe I did go sleep. Let me just take a quick look at that. She has all her spells. Maybe I did. It does look like I did. I didn't prep any resist fire damage, though. Why didn't I do that? I guess I was probably a little bit frustrated and not paying attention to what I was doing. I really should have put a bunch of resist energy in here. I don't think we'll do the Brimrack room then. No, actually we still will. We can still do it without that. We'll buff up real quick here, though. So, you guys can both have
yes.
mage armor.
Yes.
Where did I put the dark skin? Can both have dark skin. Is this greater? No, that's regular. I don't know why. I think every time I think that's greater magic thing. I don't need this here. It's down there. So what are these guys actually looking at now? 31 and 33. That's pretty decent armor class. We could have higher, probably. I mean, we could have higher on Camellia right now if we had dropped her the better light armor. She'd have 2 more. If I had taken a level in Stigmatized Witch, she'd have Ice Plant and a Lizard, and we could have got her that ring, which would be a total of 5 more. So she could be very close to 30 as well, as kind of a backup tank. The issue that I have with that, if you're playing on a more difficult level, is that you can't cast Protective Luck on yourself, and primarily what I would suggest doing if you're playing on like on Fire or whatever is to take Protective Luck at this level, and then have Camellia just kind of be a Protective Luck bot through the shield maze, just casting Protective Luck on your tank to make sure your tank isn't getting hit by anything. Back to buffing.
You require my unbiased opinion?
We'll go ahead and put blur, extended blur on our elephant.
We'll make things right.
She doesn't really need anything.
The road
well,
awaits.
Are we in trouble yet?
we've got several of these. It's not going to matter. We'll put blur on us. And these are undead, right? But is this the one that attacks undead? We'll give her that as well. Alright. I'm going to save it here so that we don't have to go through those buffs again. And let's see about these undead here. So this is a very good room if you've got grease or pit. These things will all fall into that. I think we have
ready
pit
to move out.
here. I'm going to save pit though. So we're not going to use it right this second. We're going to have him charge all the way up here. And let's just see. Transform Crusaders. Where are the ghouls? We got one ghoul. Is this another ghoul? Yeah. Okay. So, Sela, let's go on the ghoul instead. Let's go on the ghoul. Camellia, go on the ghoul.
I'll cut you wide open.
Let's cast a fireball. Let's see if I can move it to a point where it's not going to hit my elephant. I actually want you to run this way so you don't get hit by the fireball. And there we are. Got Burning Arc. This is probably not going to do any damage to the ghoul, but we'll cast it and just see what happens. Oh good, Sealer ran over there to get hit by the fireball. I'm glad that happened. Everyone is almost dead now, though, including Sela. We're kind of looking to get rid of their sneak attacks. There. Now this is we win this fight.
Did you see that?
I'm gone.
Let's drop stuff and get us back out of heavy. You weakling. Oh wait, did we gain some strength back? I think we did, because we had more missing strength than that curse, but obviously that curse is still applying to us. So, next up would be the Brimarack here. There's actually 2 Brimaracks in here. We are going to need to heal Sela up a little bit.
Magritium Turinos. Magritium Turinos. Magritium Turinos.
And then we're going to make her big.
Inimosi Travisi.
And strong.
Inimosi Travisi.
Normally I would cast this on us, but we're down so much strength right now, it's more of a benefit on her. So, I think that's all we really need that we're missing here. This should last until we get to the I guess the other mini boss. So in we go, and Elephant, you're going directly to this guy here.
Be careful, everyone.
And I don't need you to use this because that's going to be fire and it's going to be worthless. We do actually want you to charge over here and land. Let's have you use this for an extra attack. Let's see. AoE is fire-based. We're just going to have you move over here to spread out when they cast. Oh gosh, let's do this. I didn't realize I had 2 of those. I guess technically I have 3 of them, but she's good. He's good. We're gonna have him go this way too. Okay, where's Sela? Sela, I want you to switch targets to this guy. Scruffy, I want you to switch targets to this guy.
You are lacking.
So one of them's down, one of them's frightened. This guy's... Wait, is that a boomerang? Oh, I guess they're not dead. Why is he running this way? Oh, he's also frightened. Alright.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Man, kill that archer. Well, that was annoying. I think we just got hit by both fireballs there.
This condition is irrational.
Nenio had... Camellia's... Okay. That's kind of fine still. Painful battle. Again, we really should have had some fire resistance for this one, but it didn't make sense to sleep again since we had just slept. This one doesn't really matter as far as if we pass it or fail it. We did pass, and we found out that they know our movements. Now back to this room. So this religion check does clear the this base amount of undead if you pass it, and then this section does turn into another thing that you can technically
This was simple enough.
use to get your corruption down. We just lost all of our buffs from doing that, but fine. We can cast most of them again. Alright, Camellia.
I heed the voice of the spirits.
Let's do some really weak channel energy. Alright. Now let's... Well, I've got Ember here
Trust
too.
in
So
yourself.
Ember, let's do the free heal. Alright, Camellia. Oops.
Magritium Turinos. Magritium Turinos.
Yeah, we'll do one more really weak channel here. That was a little bit better, actually. Sela's better at that than Camellia. So we'll have Sela cast this thing. We don't
Always
really
be
have...
ready
Oh,
for the
I
worst.
shall not fail.
we'll drink this.
Meditate on your mistakes. Might make you feel more
Cast
seized
that.
I like you.
Have her drink that. I think these should still be up. They are. We can get enlarge back. Let's do that and put that back on Sela.
Inimosi Travisi.
We'll give the dog a magic weapon, I guess, for a little bit.
Travisi.
Why did you drag me here, you wench? To mock me one last time? Go on, finish me! Drink my blood, devour my soul! Just get on with it. Let me die at last.
Staunton, light of my life, don't be so silly. I could never hurt you. I brought you away from the battle to save you. My love, you don't belong in this grubby city where everyone hates you. Come away with me. You know I have always loved you.
You lying filth! You have the gall to say that to my face? But it was you. It was all you. You're the reason I lost everything. You're the reason why everyone despises me!
So it was me who brought shame upon you in front of the people you called friends? It was me who mocked you year after year, spat on you, forced you to do dirty, demeaning work like you were a drudge, and not the bravest of knights. No, it was all of them. The Crusaders and their witless queen. If you remember the day Dresden fell, I asked you to be its new ruler. You refused, of course, you and your principles. But look what's become of you.
They talk about love, but they are really talking about a terrible disaster, like an earthquake, or a hurricane, or a shipwreck.
I'm sorry to say that there is truth in the demon's words. The Crusaders really have treated him terribly. I say this as a criminal who has been forgiven by other knights of Iomade. But like all demons, she has built a mountain of lies and deception upon this one grain of truth.
My offer still stands. Come away from here, my love. You will rule Dresden as a king, and I will be your queen.
On this one, we are going to select the good option. What are you hoping for, Demon? Staunton is loyal to the Crusader cause. He won't succumb to your lies.
There's no bigger lie in all of Galarian than your beloved Crusades. Its century-old delusion encouraged by your disgraced queen. The only thing that is true is my love for you, my darling.
Stun gips up. A mountain would sooner weep than this grim dwarf, but he is currently crying.
Dearest, it's all right. I'm here. We'll never be parted again. Let's go. Come.
That a boy, Stun.
Curses! Stubborn as a mule. Never mind, my pet. Never mind. You won't get far. You will kiss this scratch and beg for forgiveness. You will be mine. Wholly, eternally, and willingly.
Alright, we will give her one more save before we go up the stairs here. And let's see how much weight we're picking up. 1,700 pounds! So we are going to be way over, but let's grab it all. Alright, let's walk slowly forward. Oh my gosh, it's a Minotaur! So we want Snuffles to get up in there first. Let's have the dog just go this way real quick. Camellia. I'm gonna have her help him, or help Zila out there. Land, let's go ahead with Justice, and fire an extra. Oh, I'm sorry, actually do this one, because you're not gonna have a full round. Ember, you're on Bone Shaker duty. Nanio, you're on Magic Missiles. Oh wait, we're out of haste. Let's do haste first. I've already picked you. Everyone else is good. I apparently forgot to rage, so we're gonna rage and pop this. Now we're gonna have her on Magic Missile duty. And he's dead. We just hit him for 90 damage. $96, it says. I guess he reduced some of it. But that really didn't do a whole lot to us there. We'll pick that stuff up. We've got his blocker, which is a enchanted great axe. I think. Do we have to drop everything and pick? No. I think before we leave this area, we'll have to drop a bunch of stuff and then pick it back up. I'm gonna wait until we're not fatigued anymore so we can get enraged again right as soon as the fight starts. I guess I should save it here just so we don't have to watch us slowly walk back to this point. This isn't a difficult fight, but you're kind of supposed to win it because you get so many buffs, but I have seen some people lose it, so just in case. Upon entering the chamber where the vanquished Wardstone resides, the Crusaders could have expected many things: an ambush, deadly spells, or a horde of enemies, but not an empty hall, still and silent, with no Minago or her henchmen, only the obelisk and glimmers of light dancing on the dirty floor. But then again, all is not as placid as it seems. We once again hear the seething choir. This time the voices sound louder, more insistent. One step, another. and suddenly we see the ward stone not as it was a moment ago, but somehow completely different. It is no monolith emanating light, it is a cage made of pure energy. The place where Discari struck looks like a festering wound, from which tendrils of dirty red and purple darkness creep throughout the entire artifact. And there inside, 2 hosts of flaming warriors are locked in battle. One is light, the other blood red, but they are all waiting. For what? Well, are they locked in battle or are they waiting? We will hearken unto the... Let's hearken unto the Red Warriors' words first. The Red Warriors speak of pain and lies and disillusionment. Their words reveal the truth of the Wardstones. The barrier surrounding the world wound is built on the bondage and suffering of countless angels. Every injury dealt to the Wardstone, these angels experience as physical agony. The pain is driving them insane. Deceived by the hollow platitudes about duty and service, they suffer torment day after day for the sake of ungrateful mortals who do not even know their names. Enough. The Red Warriors know that their blades, now turned against their former brethren, hasten the triumph of Discari and his servants. Once the Wardstone has been wholly conquered by corruption, it will become a deadly weapon under the demon's control. Some of the obelisk's prisoners beg for freedom, while others pray only for death, but they all agree that their existence is unendurable. The crystal chisel, discovered in the ruins of Canabras, is the perfect weapon for a massacre. It cannot force open the door for those who wish to escape, but it can destroy the Wardstone along with all its prisoners, willing and unwilling. None will be able to claim victory, but all will be gifted with a merciful death that will end their suffering once and for all. The eyes of the Aeon, until now slumbered peacefully in the hero's soul, awaken. They urge us to look upon the Wardstone through them. The Aeon's eyes wish to see. Well, first we're going to hearken unto the Light Warriors' words. The Light Warriors speak of duty, service, and sacrifices made. Their words reveal the truth of the Wardstone. Each one contains a host of angels, volunteers from heaven who committed to this indefinite imprisonment in order to guard mortal kind from the demonic threat. They make no complaint. They ask no easing of their burden. If the goddess and her herald offered them the same choice again, they would consider it the ultimate honor to sacrifice their freedom for the cause. The angels know Discari's evil plan. When the last of the Light Warriors falls, the Wardstone will become a deadly explosive that will destroy everything around it, and the other obelisk in the chain will meet the same fate. The Light Warriors pray for help. They plead for someone to strike down their fallen brethren. Those who succumb to the demonic corruption are already beyond salvation. But if they are stopped, it will allow the Wardstone to heal, and the Light Host to continue its duty. The crystal chisel discovered in the ruins of Canabras is the ideal weapon for this task as well. It will cut out the corruption along with those who have succumbed to it, and restore the Wardstone's power to full. So now we will look on the angels with the Aeon's eyes. The eyes of the Aeon pierce through essence, matter, and time, and reveal the truth of the Wardstone. The stones are just as much a perversion as the world wound itself. The demons are not of this plane, but this did not give Iomade and her herald license to disrupt the balance still further by imprisoning untold numbers of angels in stone. A crime committed in the name of good does not offset those committed in the name of evil. It only multiplies the harm done to the cosmic order. So we will make a decision. There it is. The fate of 2 angelic hosts, faithful and fallen, and the fate of Canabras, perhaps even all of Mendev, now rests in our hands. How will we proceed? Whatever this crystal chisel may be, its power is great indeed. It can destroy the stone along with all its inhabitants, or it can mend it by killing the angel defectors within. What it cannot do, alas, is free those who wish to escape and keep the stone intact for those who wish to remain. The Aeon's eyes perceive a solution to the goddess's tinkering, one that will cost no lives. One strike with the crystal chisel at the perfect point and the stone's magic will be destroyed, and all the angels will go to their rightful place, to heaven, or to the plains of chaos and evil. The remnant of the Aeon's power draws all that is left of the Aeon's existence to us, urging us to put things right. But somewhere, deep within our soul, the familiar ire seethes, endless rage, unbridled hatred. What will happen if it is unleashed here at the stone? So, let's see, we have got 2 good options. Quell the anger of the Red Warriors by offering them peace. or cleanse the ward stone, destroying the fallen celestials. I'm sorry, this one is lawful and this one is good. I think we'll stick with being more good than lawful, and we will quell the anger of the Red Warriors by offering them peace. We address the furious Red Warriors not in words, but in our attentions and aspirations. The torment-wearied angels see compassion in us, and also a promise of rest. One day, the demons will be driven back. One day, the world wound will vanish, like a nightmare chased away by the spring dawn. One day, the sky above Canabras will once again gleam a dazzling blue. When that day comes, the wardstones will no longer be needed and the Angels' Watch will be at an end. Overcome by this vision, the Red Warriors drop their weapons. With bowed heads, they say words of farewell and fall into a deep sleep, one that will not be broken until the day this promise is fulfilled and they regain their freedom. The injury inflicted by Discari still gleams scarlet within the wardstone, but the spread of corruption has been halted. The obelisk fills with vital, healing light. The Crusaders succeeded. The Angels' battle within the wardstone has ended, and the threat to the entire chain of stones has been eliminated. Of course, this is one no guarantees of safety for the future. What happened here can happen again. The Mendevians can no longer rely on Iomede's gift as they once did, but the danger has passed for now. Unable to bear such a flagrant violation of the laws of reality, the magical eyes of the Aeon fade away for good. So in choosing that, we have lost our opportunity to become an Aeon. If we wanted to keep our opportunity to become an Aeon, we would have to choose the Aeon option at this point. Oh, it's back at the party.
Look at them, Suture. They're rejoicing like children. The storm is coming and none of them sees it.
Shall we add to their festivities, my lady? How about a little lightning to burn their flesh?
Oh no, Suture. We'll leave such frolics to Discari's little gnats. We are here for something else. Something I have greatly anticipated for a long, long time.
Well, now we know that we weren't actually found outside the walls. The blisteringly vivid memory releases us, and we return from the depths of the past to the present. You feel a fresh breeze on our face. The energy expelled from the wardstone has blown the roof off the Grey Garrison. Probably didn't need a roof anymore anyways. The wardstone's energy suffuses you, and through you flows into our allies.
What's that? What's happening to me? What are you doing here? How?
Minago suddenly appears. She has been here the whole time, but some
Tricks from
unknown
your
spell.
pathetic goddess. So even Iomade will resort to dirty tricks when you have her cornered. Don't celebrate yet, mortal. There's no one to hide you from me now.
I started a little too early there. How did Minago get here? She doesn't rush into the chamber. She has been here the whole time, but some unknown spell has stopped you and your enemies from seeing each other.
Look, you're already wounded. Pathetic mortal. I'll have no trouble finishing you off now. You'll die anyway.
Looking down, you notice the wound on our chest has opened up again, and is bleeding as if we were hit by a sword. There's no pain. All we feel is power filling us. Right before our eyes, the edges of the wound start to join and heal until it closes fully. And Minago is frustrated. The demoness looks formidable with her entourage around her, but her threats ring hollow to us now. You look at her and feel like a titan looking at an ant. Overwhelming, all-conquering power fills us. What? That little demoness? Those irritating hordes of the abyss? The gods themselves are our only weakness now, our equals now. We're gonna grab the lawful one this time. Well, actually, no, we're still gonna stick with good. Crusaders never surrender. I will vanquish evil.
In Iomede's name, we will cast you back into the abyss!
What are you babbling about? You can't possibly still have any hope of victory, you doomed little cockroach. Your pathetic crusades are the laughing stock of the abyss.
Demons laugh a lot, but is it because they're happy? Truth is, I think you're very sad, and you laugh to forget about your sadness.
Your goddess sent you to die. You think that's a victory? All you've done is postpone the deaths of all the other mortals. And not even for very long. But your wait for death is over. You won't see what I'm going to do to your little friends, because I'm going to kill you right now.
I won't let you hurt my friends.
So, let's see here. I am going to cast haste on us right away with the Extendo Rod, with Nenio. Camellia. I think we're going to have Camellia just go directly after this guy, and she's just going to go ahead and fight hand-to-hand for now. Ember is going to cast... Well, I think Fortitude is kind of Minago's weak point. Let's pull this up once. Yeah, Fortitude's only 18, where the other ones are both in the 20s. So, we are going to have Ember cast Bone Shaker repeatedly on Minago. Lan, I want you to have this on. I want you also to have this on. I think you can do both of those at the same time. We are going to be mad. We're going to use this, and we're going to cleave the Brock. And Sela is going to go directly after the Brock as well.
Take you!
Actually, that's probably what I should do. I should make us big with Camellia rather than have her go fight. So let's see, what did we accomplish there? How many stunned people do we have? One round. That's not so bad. I don't think we got the... maybe she did get the spell off. Yep. That's fine. Oh, she still has Chant on. I don't want Chant on. Lan, go ahead and take extra shots. Did we get up here? Oh, we're still cleaving. That's fine. Ember, I want you to find Minago here. Where did she go? There she is. Oh, right there. Stunned. Yeah, that's fine. I don't care. Yeah, you can hit him. We've lost some wisdom. So I believe... Guys, can you just go hit her? I don't really want you to go after that Broomerak. I don't care about him. Ember, if you could go ahead and cast this on her again. I think we just won there.
Where is your power coming from?
Minago! To me!
Staunton, my darling, I knew you'd come back for me.
Shut it! Get over here now. Get behind me. If you want to finish her off, you'll have to step over my dead body first. Killing me won't be a challenge, I know. But I can last long enough to give her time to escape.
Stun, don't do this.
Don't do it. And why not?
We'll choose the good option here. You still have a chance to redeem yourself.
Staunton, it's the truth. The Crusaders of Canabras have treated you like dirt. But we would never do that to you. We are your friends.
I'm pretty sure we don't have to still kill all these demons, but I guess we'll see in a little bit here.
Shut up! I've been listening to fairy tales about redemption for 70 years! Enough! Not another word!
What did she promise you for your betrayal, Dresden? You must know that's a lie.
She's already given me a lot more than all you Crusaders ever did. Compassion, understanding, kind words. So what if it's a lie? I want to believe her lies. I've had it up to here with yours. Your lies about forgiveness and redemption.
You're hurting yourself, just so she can hurt you even worse later. And all that so you can feel hurt until the day you die. You're awfully silly.
I know, girl. But it's too late for me to learn any different. When I die, pour one out for the old fool. Enough talking! And I'll go cast your spells and get out of here! I'll hold her off. Quickly, before I change my mind!
No, my sweet, I won't abandon you. We'll leave this place together, and we'll go where we can be happy.
Go! Let me finally... God damn it all! Let's go!
The demon and the traitor vanish in a magical haze. You feel the energy thrumming through our body and soul start to fade. It doesn't leave us, it hides somewhere deep down, leaving behind a small amount of incredible energy, as well as the understanding that we will one day master inconceivably huge power. Also, we're trapped. You have spores? Is that what's on us? We're overloaded. So you can run around and kill all the demons there. I do think you get experience for them. So we missed out on a bit of experience there. Let's see where we killed the last one. That's where she does wisdom damage to us. Oh no, we don't get it. Okay, you don't get experience for him, so I guess it's probably you can get a couple extra longswords that are worth very little. Let's see if it lets us leave. Nope. So we're gonna drop stuff and then we're gonna pick stuff back up. Let's drop this. And this. And this. There we go. Now I'll just take it all with us. Back to the inn.
Make way. Warrior Queen coming through with a round for the heroes. Whoa, the heart is packed. And you considered nixing this little shindig, Beth?
Anevia reaches the long table and flops onto the bench and hands out tankards of beer.
I did consider it, and I am still considering it. It hasn't even been a week since the last demon was booted out of Canabras, and we really should be in a period of mourning for all the city's fallen. But the people deserve to celebrate, and she deserves to be honored for saving the city and possibly all of Mendov.
That was one hell of a fight.
One hell of a fight calls for one hell of a party.
According to the Watch reports, there has been no demon activity whatsoever outside Canabras. I get the feeling the fiends are as shocked by what happened as we are. What happened in the garrison, what you did, it was a miracle. I truly believe that the gods remembered us and decided to intervene.
Beth, come on, you agreed. No serious business today.
All right, I'm done. No more. Who would have thought we'd be celebrating a successful attack on the Grey Garrison, our own fortress, and that we'd blow the roof off the place?
It's simply unforgivable.
Comes a cheerful voice of someone sitting at the far corner.
While we're on the topic of the roof, there's already a rumor going around that you have been blessed by Iomade herself. And it was her power granted to you that destroyed the garrison's walls and roof. And it turns out the people want a little piece of that blessing for themselves. The townsfolk are gathering chunks of the garrison's rubble as souvenirs and talismans. And I'm sure they'll hit the black market soon enough. Oh, yeah. Here, breathe on this for me. For good luck.
We will breathe on the stone for her. We need all the luck we can get.
Nice. I'll put it on display at home. Or maybe I'll make a hole in it and wear it as a pendant.
Nevi! What are you on about now?
What do you mean? Do you see many people at this table who've been personally blessed by Iomade herself?
Well, a couple perhaps.
Says a mirthful voice.
Iomade's blessings are not conveyed through stones, and as public officials, we really shouldn't.
Irabeth looks to the end of the table where that other mysterious voice originated, and her eyes widen.
I feel a little chastened after what you said about public officials, but I myself have acquired a few pieces of stone and also wish to ask our heroine to breathe on them for good luck. So, what now? Are you going to toss me out of this fine establishment?
The woman dressed in unshowy finery raises her eyebrows.
Your Majesty.
Yes, it is I. I made the journey here to deduct the cost of repairing the garrison roof from your salary. We have not been introduced. Galfrey of Mendev.
We'll choose the lawful option and shake her hand. It's an honor, Your Majesty.
And for me also. So, this is what she looks like. The one all Mendev is talking about. News of your deeds reached me even before my messengers could.
Your Majesty, we were just... I'll have them arrange.
Calm yourself, Commander. I deliberately came here without any fanfare because I did not wish to draw attention away from our honored heroine here. My personal guard and the force I brought with me are standing watch outside the city. I ordered all of your sentries to stand down. They also deserve a break. Every person who tirelessly fought to save Canabras will enjoy themselves today. And my reinforcements will ensure peace and order.
Alright, well, will you join our celebration, Your Majesty?
Please, don't Your Majesty me. We are in a tavern, not my court in the Rosian. Address me as you would any comrade in arms. Concerning the celebration, as you can see, I already invited myself. I couldn't pass up the chance to meet the new heroine all the Crusaders are talking about. And soon, not just Crusaders.
We're celebrating here while the demons might be planning their next campaign.
Oh, I do not doubt that, even for a moment. But we will not give them another chance to catch us off our guard. It is time to turn back the tide.
Your Majesty, my dear cousin.
Count, I admit I was surprised to learn that you valiantly joined the ranks of the city's defenders. Pleasantly surprised.
I live to please you, my queen. My first thought when Discari cruelly robbed us of noble Terendelev and half of Canabras' crusaders in one fell swoop was of you, my queen, and of how these events would weigh heavily on you. No one could have foreseen the demon attack, and we have so successfully held the defense here for 4 heroic crusades.
I'm going to drown him in the nearest well this very night.
I value your dedication and your eloquence. I hope you will continue to aid our soldiers.
Not a chance. You know that I am not made for the front lines. Excellent bash, but alas, I really must go. Important matters to be getting on with. A new shipment of wine from Kionin, and 3 beautiful creatures of the same provenance. But I will most assuredly come to say my farewells before your army departs on its campaign, which, wherever it may lead you, will undoubtedly be crowned with victory.
I shall hold you to that, Count. And now, allow me to devote some time to the heroine of the evening. I did not come here solely to give you this chance to celebrate. But all serious discussions and official announcements can wait until tomorrow. I have big, big plans for all of you. Especially for you. But I want to keep you in suspense for a little while longer, so I shan't say another word. Let us mark this victory. My first toast is to you, the hero of Canabris. Now, what are we drinking?
Quest complete.
The fires of Canabris have died down. Now the army's path leads to the walls of Dresden, a fallen citadel that the Crusaders have been trying in vain to reclaim for 70 years. The new piece on the board might give their efforts some added momentum.
Rise, warriors. Today is a day of sorrow and pride. Sorrow because we weep for our brothers and sisters who perished in Canabris. Pride because despite demonic treachery, our heroes repelled the attack and saved the city. I, Queen Golfrey of Mendev, declare this day the first day of the Fifth Crusade. And I am glad to introduce the one who will lead the attack on the forces of the Abyss. The hero of Canabris, Knight Commander of the Fifth Crusade. Your leader from now unto victory or death. And now it's time to rest. Everyone is dismissed. There. The troop review is finished. I'll give you some time to look around the camp, and then I shall expect your presence at headquarters.
Commander, please allow me to join you while we inspect the encampment. Alright, so this episode we're not going to run around the camp and look at everything. What we will do, before we end it here, is we're going to take the unsurprising first mythic choice here. Oh, so we still have Angel, Azada, Demon, and Trickster open. You can see Aeon, well, I guess you can't see Aeon. Aeon is one of the locked ones. But our first is always going to be, our first two, actually, is always going to be Mythic Hero. And I was planning on taking Close to the Heavens, just because it flows into Angel. But I'm actually thinking about taking Close to the Abyss, because we get a Gore attack. And a Gore attack is going to be a natural attack, and it kind of flows in with our biting. And I guess it also kind of falls in with reforming a fiend. So our first two levels will be demon-like, and then we'll flow into angel after that. And I don't really care about the resistance and immunity here. And the summoning, I'm assuming, is going to change once we hit the actual angel. Sorry. So we'll get the Babao here. We would have got a paladin here. Again, I don't think that matters. And our mythic ability is going to be Limitless Rage. So we no longer have a limited amount of rage rounds per day. So we'll still get tired after we use it, but we should just use it every fight, essentially. I think we get that Gore attack right away. Yeah, there we go. Magic Gore. So now, when we drink our mutagen, we'll have, I guess I don't know which order it'll put them in, but Bite, Gore, Bite. And hopefully they fix the bug with the wolf-scarred face at some point, and we get that figured out. I think that'll be it for this episode, though. Next episode, we'll go through any level ups that we have left over for people who weren't in our party at the time when we went to take over the Grey Garrison, and the mythic choices for all of our companions. And then we'll run around the camp and talk to people. Thank you so much for taking the time to join me for this episode, and we will see you next time.